Salutations, Yarima Karama here with another segment, Real Life, Real Talk. These are the days of our lives. So, a friend inboxed me. Well, actually, she called me, and she presented a question, a scenario. She said, if black business, if we support black business, will that change the attitudes about black people towards one another? And so, um, I and basically her premise was black business coming together, or black people coming together to support black business, shutting other ethnicities out to build our own economic infrastructure. And my response was, and my position is simple, is that we have to first change the attitude before we can change. There is no support unless we change the attitude on how we feel about one another. Uh, and that deals with that love and compassion. We have to have that in order to support. Now, you might get small snippets of support here and there, from conscious-minded people, from people who just are consumers and want to, hey, I see something, I like it, I'm buying it. Yeah, you might get that kind of support. But when we talk about support for black business in this country, it's so low. And it's easy to go to places like Walmart, Saks Fifth, Target, Kmart, those type of places, those type of outlets, because that's what we've become accustomed to. And so uh, we tend to look at one another with disdain, especially when you're talking about black business, because a lot of times we have the crabs in the barrel mentality, like, I dare this person to start a business. And that right there is an issue. So we have to change our mindset, our thinking, our attitude towards how we look at black business. And then once we change that mindset, attitude towards how we look, there's a few other things that go into that as well, like checks and balances, because there is a little skepticism when dealing. I talk with patrons all the time, and they might not say it outright directly, but there is a little skepticism. It's like, oh, they got a markup. Well, do you know the distribution that they might have to go through, which is why they might have to set that price like that? So these are things that, and businesses in the black community need to be held accountable. And so, but at the end of the day, I do not think that you can just support without changing the attitude, unless you're already on black consciousness and have a love for black people and wanting to see us build, from an economic, political, social, environmental standpoint. You have to, that mindset has to be changed first and foremost. And then once the mindset is changed and the wheels start turning, then that's when I think the support comes. But if we're looking for support to change the mindset, unless I'm wrong, I just don't see it like that. So I wanted to hit on that topic because I think it's so important. She brought it to me, and it was like, uh, you know, I like the thinking. I like the thought process that's even going into, let's shut it down. Let's support black business, shut everybody else out, which might be a little bit impossible, but again, it goes back to the mindset. Once we have that mindset, like right now, I'm not trying to spend money unless I absolutely have to in any retail outlet, if it's not black owned. Because at the end of the day, the way that we tend to be treated in this country, I feel like a sucker. Kind of, quite frankly, I would feel like a sucker giving my dollars when I know deep down you probably really don't like me, but you're willing to take my money. That's kind of what integration did. Civil rights kind of opened that door, that Pandora's box, so to speak, so you can take my money and still hate me. That just doesn't fit right. And so support of black business is so important. Black businesses have to step up too, but the mindset of the people, first and foremost, has to change. We have to start having that love, compassion, and village, that community with one another, and then kick those other businesses out that are in the community. And you don't have to do it physically. You just don't shop there. It'll speak for itself. They'll shut down. So these are just some of the things. Another issue I want to hit on real quick, and this is for my young people. When you have people in your realm on your team, uh, recognize who your players are. Recognize who your players are. You're going to have some bench players. Doesn't mean that they should be unfriended, but it just means that you recognize where they are on your team. You have court players. You have people that will go all out for you. And then you have those that they might not even know how. You have to recognize that. Pay attention to your team. Pay attention to everybody within your cipher. Pay attention to that. It's very important. Carry each person how they deserve to be carried. Give everybody respect. Show everybody that love, but understand that some people can only give so much because they don't know how to do anything else. They don't know how to, and so you have to treat them accordingly. Everybody has their position, and it's important for us to recognize the players on our team, to recognize who they are, to recognize where they're at, and how best they can be utilized and how we can utilize one another. It's a give and take, but we're here for a smidget of time, small portion of time. So we have to maximize and get as much out of this life experience as possible, which entails finding our purpose and moving out. And if somebody's holding you back from your purpose, if somebody's not giving you what you deserve, treating you the way you deserve, doesn't mean you kick them off the team, but it just means that you know what place they're in and you keep pushing. Don't allow anyone to hold you back. So with that said, Yurima Karama, peace, blessings, salutations. My trip to ATL was lovely. Hated coming back to Columbus, really did, but it was a grand time, and looking forward to some upcoming events, Chicago, DC. So connect with me, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Go to my webpage, www.yurimakarama.com. You can go there for my booking information. You can go through Felicia for that, or myself. You can also go there for messaging, as well as my upcoming performance dates and locations. So with that said, peace, blessings, salutations. I'm out.